How can you add humor to a story without turning the entire thing into a farce? What is the best way to make a film funny, yet not make it a full-on comedy? This takes a delicate balance. So let's take a look at how to create and maintain this balance by considering the 2020 film Emma. Be warned, spoilers are ahead for an adaptation of a story that's over 200 years old. I would hate to ruin things for anyone who just hasn't had time to get to the story. Emma is one of the most recent adaptations of the 1815 Jane Austen novel of the same name. The story revolves around the eponymous heroine Emma, as she plays the matchmaker for her friends and acquaintances. Through her mistakes and missteps, she learns some character lessons, discovers she is not as good a judge of people as she at first supposed, and, eventually, finds love herself. The story itself is not particularly comedic. However, the film draws out the comedic threads found within the novel to great effect. Much of the humor in the book is based on the characters. Each character has his or her own flaws, some of which can be quite ridiculous, and the film emphasizes these flaws and makes them funnier with a clever combination of acting, blocking, and reaction shots. First off, Emma is blessed with some absolutely top-tier actors. There isn't a single one of the main characters who is turning in a bad performance in this film. Add to that the fact that everyone fits their roles so perfectly, and you have a great boon for the film. The actors emphasize their characters' idiosyncrasies often enough to make it funny, without straying so far as to make them seem like actors playing a silly part. Instead, they seem like real people, but real people with the kind of quirks that make them exceedingly fun to watch as they interact with one another. One of the keys to keeping the humor balanced is finding good actors. If you have actors who don't fit their parts well, or who can't help but make everything into a joke, this is going to be very difficult. You need people who know their characters intimately enough that they can bring out the funny little mannerisms and odd quirks without descending into full Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow territory. Put simply, you want actors who can perform as characters, not as caricatures. Next, the blocking in this film is top-notch. Blocking is the art of how and where to stage the actors in a scene. Basically the planning of their movements around the set. Emma uses blocking to add little bits of humor by having actors move at unexpected times or in unforeseen ways. While a perfectly normal conversation is going on, the actors' movements add some lightheartedness that might otherwise be lacking. Blocking is an excellent method of mixing in some humor. Instead of having the actors standing still while talking to one another, have them move around the scene in ways that inconvenience each other or foil each other's moves in funny ways. Just as with acting, this can go too far and descend into the ridiculousness of slapstick. But a few well-placed jokes in the blocking will do wonders for lightening the mood. Finally, the film thrives on reaction shots of characters reacting to situations in humorous ways. One of the funniest recurring pieces of comedy in the film is the reactions, or non-reactions in some cases, of the servants. While all the main characters are engaging in their crazy rich people antics, the servants are just stolidly doing their jobs. I love this shot, where Mr. Knightley is lying on the floor, overcome with emotion, and the servant walks in, stops, then just walks out and closes the door. Even though he is out of focus the whole time, it's still quite funny to see his reaction to his master's nonsense. Reaction shots are a great tool to use in communicating humor to the audience, since a situation can be made much funnier by having characters react to it in a humorous way. I know on this channel I am always going on and on about reaction shots, but that's because they are very helpful in a wide variety of situations, including things like this, with humor. It really does help that reaction shots often combine acting and blocking, blending the actors' actions and their staging, such as some of the recurring gags with the two put-upon footmen and their constant long-suffering service in moving screens around for Mr. Woodhouse. So remember, if you want to add a bit of humor into your story, You'll need good actors, well-planned blocking, and lots of reaction shots. I'm AJ, and I hope that you found this lesson about humor and storytelling from Emma interesting. What is your favorite film or show that is funny without being a comedy? Have you learned other lessons about storytelling from this adaptation of Emma? Let me know down in the comments below, and like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Now, go out there and create stories.